What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is another episode of the series where I rate your squads. So in this video we are going to be rating 15 squads on a scale of 1 to 10, also giving suggestions for them on how to improve. So yeah, lads, basically if you guys want me to rate your team or to have a chance, tweet me on Twitter at DBGYT_, and just tweet me out with your team. The more like descriptive, the better. And yeah, so pretty much that's it. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more My Team content here than anywhere else. If you guys want to learn about the game mode, if you guys want to learn the ins and outs of My Team, how to play it best on a budget, whether you're spending money, just in general, and this is the place to be. Also, lads, we're trying to hit 240,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And again, you guys have seen it. March's probably been the hardest I've ever worked on YouTube. We're trying to hit 250k by honestly, by the new year. I'll be happy if we hit 250k by 2K22. And yeah, so now let's get on to the squads. So this is the first team. No money spent current gen. Like to run my offense through Levine and Simmons. Willing to sell every player except Levine. I run 5 out. Also use Dom Buse in case someone knows how to stop Simmons. Willing to buy anyone. Okay, so you got 600k. I mean, Dom Buse, like, you don't really need to buy anyone, especially with season 6 coming on Friday. Like, you got 2 of the best point guards in the game, and then Dom Buse is a really, really nice third option. Jameson's great. I mean, you could probably go for like a Sabonis over a Boogie, but again, I don't even think that's like an objective upgrade. It's hard to say if there's anything that's like an objective upgrade in this squad. So, I mean, there are weaknesses, but like you got 2 of the best wings in the game in Terry Dishinger and Andrew Wiggins. You got Levine, who I do like. I think offensively he's fantastic. So, I don't think there's any reason to get rid of that Zach Levine, to be completely honest. There's absolutely no reason to get rid of him. You might as well keep him. And as well as that, just a solid team. I'm going to have to give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely room for improvement, but I'm going to say 9. Okay, then we have got this team right here. 1 million MT on current gen, Hawks 2018 speed boost, ice over showtime dunks, then 300 with Luka and D-Rob. Lucan, okay. It's an interesting one, 300 with D-Rob. Unless you mean pick and pop with D-Rob as the popper. Okay, so you got Luka and Wade as your point guards. Then with Dono at the end of your bench. I really don't see a purpose for Ray Allen on current gen. I love Ray Allen. If this was next gen, I would say start Ray Allen, but I mean, Ray Allen's nice. I don't particularly like him on current gen. You got Wes. I mean, it all depends on how far you are to Brandon Roy, but if you're quite close to Roy, I would go and get him. If you just did the Wes ones, I probably wouldn't. Clyde's fantastic. KD's quality. D-Rob and Dino, they're almost as good as you can get for that price. I definitely would say Demantis over Dino. I think Dino over Cat, but Demantis over Dino definitely. Draymond Green is a really, really nice power forward. Jack Marin, especially on current gen, is really good. Again, I don't see there being any need to spend any MT. Like, yeah, you know there's improvements you can make. Like, you could spend that entire 1 million MT and make the team better. But then again, we all saw from last season that within 2 days of the season starting, everyone's using like a half a new team. So, there really is no point. I'm going to give it like a 9.1 out of 10. I'll give it like a 9.1, 9.2. A really, really good team. And again, you do not need to buy anyone. Trust me, you are fine. Really good team. Okay, I play on next gen, willing to get rid of anyone except Westbrook, Fox, and the level 40s. Okay. Firstly, there's no need to have Embry at the end of your bench. He is literally just a waste of he's a waste of MT on contracts. Same with Mitchell. You are losing, for 5 games, you are losing 1,200 MT just having the 2 of those guys sitting on the end of your bench. There's just no point. D-Rob, obviously we know he's fantastic. Kawhi, we know he's fantastic. You want to keep Westbrook, which is fine. Fox is in there at the end of your bench. I do think Fox is better, but if you want to keep Westbrook, it's fine. I mean, Ray Allen. Did you say you want to keep Jordan? I'd get rid of Jordan. I just don't think he's worth the price. I would get rid of Jordan and Scotty. I would get rid of 2 of those guys. And then I'd get rid of Cat as well. And power forward with Karl Anthony Towns really is not it. I like... Actually, you seem to like too big, so... Maybe that's alright, but I will get rid of Jordan and Scotty. Like, you can reply... Like, Iguodala is probably better than Jordan, and he's significantly cheaper. But on this gen, I assume you already have Tyler Hero. Considering you're on next gen, I reckon Tyler Hero can probably do a better job at that 2-guard position. No one plays defense anyway, so Hall of Fame clamps doesn't matter, and Jordan's defensive animations don't matter because they're not a thing on next gen. And Tyler Hero just has blinders, so he shoots better. Then instead of Scottie Pippen, like if you just want a 3-and-D wing, get Wiggins, who's 10 times better for like 100k less. So yeah, I would get rid of these 2 guys, replace them probably like Hero, who you probably have in Wiggins. Other than that though, I like your team. I'll give it an 8.8. I will give it an 8.8 out of 10. An Oct Punk Oct Os De. That's my attempt at speaking Irish. No money spent current gen. Looking to upgrade power forward and backup small forward position. Would like to spend at most 50k. Okay. We're going to upgrade power forward and backup small forward. Alright. Alrighty. So, like, Crozier, we know Crozier's fantastic. I don't think who I had, like... Your center position's fine. Your point guard position's fine. You're on current gen, are you? Yeah, your 2 guard's fine. I'm trying to think, who did I play at power forward? I played Dumboya, who's not as good as either of these guys. Okay, for 50k, I'd wait. Like, I think Wiggins is your backup small forward for like 30k. I think he's going to go down on Friday, though. I don't think Wiggins is a bad player to buy, to be honest. Wiggins is so much better than any of your wings. But other than that, I mean, if you want 50k, there's not really any player. Actually, Malik Sealy or Wiggins, one of the 2 of them. And if you can somehow find a way to get both of them for under 50k, but they replace Hero, who you probably like, or Clay, or Buddy. It's tough. The power forward position is tough to find good guys for cheap. I actually think Crozier might be the best cheap one. And then, obviously, Byron Beck is fine. So, I don't know. I think either get Wiggins or Sealy. Wiggins or Sealy, one of those 2. But I'm going to give this team a solid, like, 7.9. Again, there's just so many good cards in the game that I can't give it any higher, but it's a good team. Okay. Current gen, run Hawks 2018. Like the 3 Hunt and Rim Run. Have about 25k MT. Get them by the token market Galaxy Open when Season 6 comes out. Trying to get rid of Dumars and Marin off the bench. Okay, so if you're on current... Yeah, I understand getting rid of Marin on current gen. I was like, if you're on next gen, stick with him. So, you have B-Roy. You went for B-Roy instead of Wes. That's interesting. That is interesting. I also think Marin's better than Marion. I mean... Maybe getting rid of Dirk isn't the worst idea in the world. You don't... Or getting rid of Rose. Because if you want to replace anyone, you can't do that with 15k. I mean, if you want to put in Wiggins or Sealy to replace Dumars, that's fine. But you're not being able to replace Dumars and Marin for 25k, and I think you know that. I think a tactical downgrade of Rose and Dirk might actually be beneficial, depending on what comes out in Season 6. But, like, if you like both of them, obviously keep them. I like, obviously, Roy's good, Jameson's good. Marion's okay. Mitchell is pretty good. And yeah, it's a decent team. It's a decent team. Okay, current gen. This is my no money spent team. I run Hawks freelance, pick and roll / pop. 750k out of some shack sell. Willing to spend 300 to 400. I wouldn't spend 300 to 400. Okay, and Jose's on the end of your bench because, well, we share first names. Okay, I was confused. I thought you said the last 3 on the end of your bench share first names. Like, surely your name's not Mason Costas Jose. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. Alright. So, Luca, John Wall. So you got Wes there. Kermit. I mean, your team's god tier. Like, your team's top tier. Just don't spend any money. Please do not spend anything until Friday. There will definitely be 1 to 2 cards on Friday that come into your team, but like with 750k MT, you might as well wait until Friday. Heck, there might even be like a pink diamond or a diamond card that's good enough to come into your team come Friday. Like, so I would definitely suggest for you to wait until Friday and not change anything. The team's like a 9.6 out of 10. You got like 2 of the best 5-point cards. You got 2 of the best 10-2 cards. The best power forward in the game. One of the best 2 guys in the game. One of the best centers in the game. At the 4, Kermit's fantastic. Like, you've got, I'm pretty sure your entire team was in my top 10 list for their positions. So I can't give it any less than like a 9.6, 9.7 out of 10. Okay, current gen, usually full court press and play passing lanes. Don't have set offense. Kermit is range, planning on getting Admiral as my center. I'm pretty sure this was sent like 2 days ago. You are very far off getting D-Rob. Just a heads up, like I'm 13,000 MT off getting or XP off getting D-Rob, and I still think it's gonna be a bit of a grind. You are very far away. I'm not gonna make any changes except Giannis. Okay, Giannis and Kermit work. You know, Chris Boucher works off the bench. He really does. I mean, I'd tactically downgrade a lot of players. I would 1,000,000% tactically downgrade Jordan to Wiggins. You got Kawhi, Kermit, they're lock-ins. Or they're like reward cards. Lonzo and Buse, they're fine. Don't get rid of them. I would tactically downgrade Jordan to Wiggins in a heartbeat. I think Wiggins is better. And he's like 150k less. Then Clay, Malik Sealy, Wes, they're all fine. You're not getting any better value than those guys. And then Wes obviously is a free card. Chris Boucher, I mean, if he works for you, considering the fact he seems to like small centers, be my guest. I would much prefer to run like DeMontis, but that's just me. Chris Boucher is a good card. But yeah, I'm gonna give this like an 8.5. It's a solid team. There are definitely, like, you can tactically downgrade Jordan to make a lot of MT. Other than that, though, best of luck in getting D-Rob, because I'm pretty sure 12 days. How long ago was this sent to me? Did you send me the same picture two weeks in a row or something? 12 days to go. You can get 75k MT. Okay, you must have sent me this picture 2 days in a row, because I only took pictures from Sunday and Monday. Like, all the pictures that were sent to me on Sunday and Monday I used for this. So you obviously just sent the same one twice. A bit of a weird one. Either way, though, like an 8 point something. Current gen, 350k budget, AK goal range, Dino goal clowns. We'll have Wes and Fox soon. Okay. Fox in for Westbrook, good. Wes in for Wicks, good. Other than that, your team's basically perfect. There's like no flaws. Like, again, can you make improvements? Of course. Should you make any improvements considering you only have 350k? I wouldn't. I normally like to have a 250k at least. Like, on my own, for my own just headspace, I have like 400k always at all times. I would advise everyone to have a 200k. You never know when 2K are going to release a game-changing set. Like, for all we know, we could get fan favorites on Friday, and it could be just an incredible set. But when you get Wes and Fox, I mean, yes, you can make upgrades, but I don't think you need to make any upgrades anywhere, especially with like 4 days to go in the season. Like, when you get those two guys in, it becomes a solid like 8.6 out of 10. Again, Some people are saying 8.6 out of 10 is a bad thing, but for me, that is is a very, very good team. Like, again, if it's a bad team, you're getting a 2, 3 out of 10 for me. It's a more than solid team. I like it, especially for your budget. Okay. Play current gen and looking to upgrade as much as possible. 5 out Ben Simmons and won't get rid of him. Okay, so I would advise you to put someone on the end of your bench to play just in case Ben Simmons gets destroyed or gets clamped. And it doesn't necessarily need to be somebody super, super good. You can perfectly fine get away with Felipe Lopez or Flip Murray at the end of your bench. Scotty is one of the worst value players in the game. I would tactically downgrade Scotty to Wiggins. Wiggins is just way better than Scotty and way cheaper than Scotty. He is one of the worst value players in the game. I like Kermit, I like Cat. I was about to say I prefer Sabonis to Cat, but like Sabonis is double the price of Cat right now. You can get Cat for 20k, so I like D'Lo because if you're on next gen, I wouldn't suggest D'Lo, but you're on current. AK is good. AK is really, really good. If you have range. If you don't have range, he's a weak card. Giannis, like if you don't have range on AK, like Giannis and AK won't work together. If you do, that's fine. Dino obviously really, really good as well. I mean, like, I wouldn't be the most worried coming up against this team, but it is a good team. I'll give it like an 8.7. Not that much better than the previous guy's team, though, to be honest. Not that much better. And I definitely would tactically downgrade Scotty and make a whole bunch of MT out of that. Okay. It's the team you run with. Primarily use Hawks freelance and run a lot of pick and roll / pops. Out of that, looking for suggestions. Will swap any player. Also play on current gen. Okay. First of all, as much as I think Joe Dumars is a god tier on next gen. Don Buse is better than Joe Dumars on current gen. Fournier and Drexler, incredible combination. Sidney Wicks is great actually on current and on next, to be honest. I really like this team. I actually really like this team. I think D'Lo is one of the most underrated players in the game. I think Clyde really is that dude. I think Clyde is one of those players that a lot of people just don't realize how good he is because he's one of those free cards. And he's just scarily good. Your 2 guard small forward are perfect starters on bench. Wes is incredible. Wicks, I mean, I would spend, you got 800k, and rather than like badging up Wicks, rather than buying someone new, I'd probably just badge up Wicks, to be honest, because badged up Wicks is better than any 20k power forward. Your 2 centers are fine. This team's a lot better than the last team. I'm gonna give it a 9. A 9. Okay. So we are down to our last 5 teams by the looks of things. So let's have a look at this team. I've already looked at this guy's team. Make that our last 4 teams. This guy seemed to have sent in a team twice. I'm 95% sure I've already talked about his team. If I haven't, I apologize. Okay, around 300k, 3 Hunt and Showtime dunks on current gen. Looking to upgrade Kenyon Martin and Clay. Moses Malone has range, and I'm thinking about picking up Larry Bird Opal this Friday. Love the videos, keep it up. Okay. First of all, appreciate that last one. You're a 3 Hunter and Showtime, which is why Carlos Navarro is really the best at those 2 specific things. Obviously, you know what you're doing. You're out here with Cedric Maxwell, a card that I haven't even played more than 35 unlimited games in a season since season 1. It's pretty bad. But, okay, D-Rob, Mikhail. Your center position, fine. Moses Malone, Kenyon Martin. If you want to get rid of Kenyon Martin, I mean, if you have Sidney Wicks and want to pay a little bit for range and you can get 100k for Kenyon Martin, and his range costs like 12k, I'd probably do that. I think that card's pretty better than Martin. Wiggins, fantastic. Drexler, fantastic. Your 2 guards are perfect. I mean, this is another one where you're just like, how easy or hard is it to make an upgrade? Like, again, you don't have that much MT. It's one of those situations where, like, if you want to make like an actual upgrade to this team, you're paying a fortune. Like, Larry this Friday, he'll probably drop to around the buyout. He wouldn't be a bad shout. Like, if we get a lot of spectacular players on Friday, it might actually push the price of like a Larry down to an affordable price. Or there could be someone new. So, my biggest tip to you would be probably to save that MT. Work on maybe building it up. It's like, again, you don't really need any players. I'd sell Kenyon Martin right now. Like for the next, you can get away with 4 days with Austin Crozier at power forward. Like, you really can. Or with Sekou Doumbouya, yeah, you might struggle a little bit. Unless you're playing in competitions, you can get away with that. So that's what I'd advise you to do. Just get as much as possible out of Kenyon Martin right now. He actually wasn't in the new super packs, so I don't think his price should have been affected too much. But yeah, I'd probably sell him soon because he's just going to tank in price quite soon, I reckon. Because when it starts to, when we start to get a normal 2/3 Dark Matters in packs, which I think we see by the end of this season, price for Opals is going to tank, and Kenyon Martin is one of those that's going to tank. Especially if Obi Toppin goes and wins and he's just a better Kenyon Martin. Yeah, his price is about to tank soon. Okay, so we have got, this is our third last team. Who's a better replacement for AD? I know Luka is better than Rose, but you're a Rose fan, that's fine. Also have, okay, Carter, but you're not sure if he's better than T-Mac or Pippen. Okay, why the hell do you have like 500k tied up in guys that aren't going to get any burn? Oh my, like, this is the tactical downgrade of dreams. Like, tactically downgrade. Like, if you've got Tracy McGrady, he's better than Jordan, in my opinion. Maybe. You know what you should do? You should tactically downgrade these 3 guys right here. Unless, actually, no. AD or Kevin Garnett is your backup center. Kevin Garnett is not a power forward, especially on current gen. Dirk Nowitzki's also not a power forward. Okay, let me. This is like a pull my hair out team because it's really good. But you can make a team that is 95% as good as these and also save over $1 million MT. Like, if you sell your 2 Dark Matters, you have over $1 million MT. And you replace those 2 Dark Matters with Malik Sealy and Andrew Wiggins, they are 95% as good. Like, don't even try to tell me otherwise. Wiggins is a better jump shot. Like, Wiggins is as good as that, is almost as good as that Jordan. There's very little difference there. There is very little difference in Wiggins and that Michael Jordan, unless you want to post hook people. And then Malik Sealy's incredible as well. You're a D-Rose fan, so keep D-Rose. He's fantastic anyway. Who's a better replacement for AD? I mean, Kevin Garnett's a perfect replacement. Like, if you wanted to, you could sell. I mean, whatever about Dirk. Like, even if you just sold Jordan and Zion, just put in Tracy McGrady, who you have there. You're getting almost as good contribution. Like, these are the 2 of the worst value players in the entire game. The Pantheon, Jordan and Zion. I like the cards. I know you have every Dark Matter card. But you know what? We are 2 days or 3 days away from Dark Matter cards not meaning everything. This looks like a squad of the guy back in Season 3 who locked in for Wilt Chamberlain, who locked in for Chris Webber, who had Dwayne Wade, and was like flexing their Galaxy Opals. Or who paid 400k for Jimmy Butler. And that's what this squad looks like. It looks like a guy who is trying to flex the fact that he has a bunch of 99 overalls to make it seem like he has the best squad in the game. When in reality, it's just some of the most reckless MT spending in the game. You sent your... And I do apologize if I'm being too critical. You sent your team in to be rated. I am rating it. It is a 9.7 out of 10. But you can make it a 9.6 out of 10 and keep $1 million MT on the side. You can have $1 million MT and a 9.6 out of 10 squad. Or you can have... And, like, there's no point even having Scotty and T-Mac on your bench. And you got Vince as well. There's no point having Vince either. Like, if you sold Jordan, Zion, Scotty, T-Mac, and Vince, you have got what's it, 1.5, 2 million MT, and replace them with Wiggins and Sealy, and then you can buy whatever the hell you can literally splash on whatever comes out on the next like 5 Fridays and have a million times better team. I am telling you, we are about 3 weeks away from Jordan and Zion Williamson being the Jordan and Vince Carter of NBA 2K20. Like, you guys remember Jordan and Vince Carter? They were the first 2 Galaxy Opals. There was so much hype and they were really expensive, and people realized they just got better and better with all the Opals and they were no longer any good. We are so close to Jordan and Zion Williamson becoming those 2 Opals. So just a heads up, these are the 2 worst. If you have either of these guys in your collection, no card is going to depreciate faster in value than these guys, trust me. So yeah, mini rant over. So we got 2 teams left to go. I play on current gen, 5 out and 300 driving kick. I run to the basket, dunk, if scoring 3s becomes a problem. Willing to sell anyone to improve your team. Barely any MT. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't advise you to sell anyone because it's hard to tactically downgrade any of these guys. Like, for example, if you had, say, it's even hard. Like, if you were, say, struggling for MT, like Sabonis and Kleber are great. Normally, I would actually say tactically downgrade Sabonis to Kleber if, say, you had something like that for a little bit of MT. But, like, you got Wiggins and Sealy. You got the 2 most popular tactical downgrades. You got Mitchell, who's free. Like, there's no real player that I can say. Like, there's no tactical downgrade for Odom that's within, like, he's 45k. Like, there is no player under 20k that's even close to Odom. And same with Draymond Green. There are no guys under, like, 20k. So that you can make any sort of noticeable profit that are in any way close to them. So keep the 2 of them. You obviously got 2 free cards at the small forward position. You have 2 elite point guards. You can't get a card like Lonzo for even close to him in price. Wiggins and Sealy are 2 best cheap or 2 best affordable 2 guys in the game. Arguably like 2 of the best wings in the game. So yeah, this team, it's definitely not as good as the last guy's team. Like, this is probably like an 8.9 out of 10 team. But value for money, you can't. This is like a 9.5 out of 10 value wise, 8.5 out of 10 overall. The last guy was like a 6 value wise, but a 9.6 out of 10 overall. But yeah, good team. Okay. Last team right here. Current gen, like to run Bucks 5 out, run your offense through Magic and Wall. Everyone is fully badged. Giannis has Grinches. Have a 50k willing to make changes. Watch the vids every day. Okay. You know one thing that I like to see? You run your offense through Magic. And if you guys know on current gen, Magic can't run. So like if you're trying to turbo with Magic, he cannot run. So I think this might be he might be the chosen one. Because the only way to effectively run your offense through Magic on current gen, post hooks, lads. It's post hooks. It is post hooks. I'm actually going to show a video, and I might make it tomorrow of me dropping 65 points at Magic Johnson's post hook and someone the entire game from the free throw line. It is one of the most broken things in the game on current gen, centering post hooks, and I would be highly, highly disappointed if that's not how you use Magic Johnson. But Clyde, Kermit, Wes, Pau, Elite. Giannis, I mean, I'm not high on him, but if you like him, you like him. Your 1 through 4 starters on bench are great. I like Pau. Honestly, you got 840k, so there's no even need to tactically downgrade Giannis. I prefer like a Sabonis, but if you prefer Giannis, that's fine. I like the team. I do really, really like the team. I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah, I'll give it a 9. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. All of these squads are pretty good. We didn't see any like god tier squads, unless you want to argue the guy who had the soon to be heavily outdated Dark Matter Jordan and Zion Williamson. Obviously the guy said he was a Rose fan. I would have told him to get rid of Rose as well if he wasn't a Rose fan. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. If you guys want me to rate your teams, no, I normally do these on Sunday, and I can almost guarantee you I will do one on Sunday. It is just tweet me at DBGYT_ with hashtag rate my team. And yeah, I will try to rate your teams. I rate 15 teams per week. I normally get about 25 or so requests, 25 to 30. Apologies if I have not answered your request. And trust me, if you send me one tomorrow or today, I will not rate the team. Just a heads up. I go looking for these right before I record, which is normally on a Sunday. I think I did 1 or 2 from today, and the rest of them were from Sunday or earlier because there's been no new cards released. And I normally tell people at that time when I was picking these squads. But if you send me one on like a Thursday, there's a 0% chance I rate it. So if you are constantly sending them in on Thursdays and Fridays and you're wondering why I'm not rating your teams, I very rarely rate teams like I sent in then. So send me them on Sunday at around like 4 p.m. Eastern time. Heck, I might actually just make a tweet about it. I might start tweeting out about this. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.